Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. Um, as far as a prepping channel goes, this is going to be one of those videos that I think we're going to talk about some serious issues politically that can affect prepping. The newest thing I'm going to say is the red flag laws. So it's going to talk about red flag laws and what it means to prepping. So they enacted, or they're trying to work their way in enforcing red flag laws. Both sides, the Republicans and Democrats, both want it. It is a issue. So here's the problem with red flag laws. One, it's a thought crime. Basically, you're suggesting that someone is dangerous based on their thoughts, maybe a little bit of what they write, maybe and it's an ex-spouse, maybe it's an ex-wife, maybe it's a girlfriend who didn't like you, a neighbor, maybe it's this. You get into a dispute with someone at your work and they don't like you. All of a sudden, they can report you as hostile, that you are a danger, and you might shoot this place up, right? So, if they falsely accuse you, or they accuse you of maybe you had a bad day, right? They will now go through, without due process, they will take your guns, they will take your guns, they will take it with guns. They will come to your house knowing that you are now considered dangerous. You think they're going to come gently? They're not going to come gently. They're going to come in, SWAT tactic, kick your door in, and put a gun to your head, and either you have one or two choices. Turn them over or get shot. They might shoot your dog, but, who knows? If your dog's kind of like our dog, that dog is not a fan of people getting violent, and the dog is not a fan of people hurting others. So if that dog comes to your rescue, yeah, they might shoot your dog. What does it mean for preppers, though? Well, think about it. Preppers are the one thing that all of them combined hate. You are the least reliant on the government. In fact, you don't want to be reliant on a government. You want to be as far from the government as you can get. You want to almost be self-reliant, which is a terrible thing for them. Why? Because when you're self-reliant, you don't need anything. You don't need the government. They can't control you in the sense that they can control someone who's dependent on welfare, someone who's dependent on that check coming in. They can't control you. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it is dangerous. So what do you think it is? Are preppers normally nice people? I would say so. But what happens when the red flag laws start going into effect? And, as a community, preppers are targeted, right? So they hit you up. They say, let's say you're on a prepper forum, and someone's out there and they make you upset, or you make someone upset, or even disagreement. Well, someone's now going to report that, and now they're going to come to your house. I mean, the worst things with this, too, is not only are they upping the ante on basically what the Patriot Act did, where they could, monitor the internet, but now they're going to monitor and force companies to do the one thing that they asked them not to do. Well, now they're going to ask them to go through everything. They're going to comb through it harsher than ever before. They're going to look for every angry thing you've ever written, every post, everything you've done. And you know what? They're going to create a data profile on you. Everybody's going to have one. China started it back there, and it's called a citizen credit score. Japan's doing it, and they'll do it here. It won't be brought out immediately, but they're probably doing it behind the back with all the technology we have. So you're going to get a citizen score. How dependent are you on the government? How loyal are you to the government? How loyal are you to just the movement in the direction they want you to go in? Do you pose a problem? So if you have a low credit score, like you're a self-reliant prepper who wants to defend himself, wants very few laws, wants to be left alone essentially, and grow his own food and protect himself, have a community, or I should say a tribe of people who are like-minded, you are a threat by all means. You are dangerous to them, and you are going to have a low credit score, or a low citizen credit score, which what pushes you into red flag modes, where you may not be allowed to travel. When you get pulled over, they might actually start harassing you. See, it's a slippery slope with this. And the slope that leads to red flag laws leads to no-knock searches. And now, see, that's the thing I have when I talk about no-knock searches. I don't like no-knock searches. I feel no-knock searches are dangerous to both police and they're dangerous to police and the citizen. Now, if you get it right, you get the house right, and you get the criminal there, a no-knock search could be successful. And it could be a good thing. You're giving that element of surprise. But that's thinking along the lines of that person is there. And that's the one thing. You're hoping that they're there and you have the right information and the right data. What happens when you're wrong? So now you're taking people who are citizens who are, someone who isn't a violent person, but maybe they got misreported. So now they're going to kick your door in. You're going to respond because you're defending your family, your life, your dog, and you don't know who's kicking the door in. And what should it matter? Police shouldn't be kicking your door in repeatedly. You haven't made any crimes. So you shoot back, or if you can even get to that point to shoot back, you're going to get taken out. They shoot you because this is what they do, and this is what they're trained to do. And you're going to be sitting there left bleeding out while your wife's pulled in handcuffs out and your kids are thrown on the ground because they think they need to protect them. Now, this is all the things, what happens when you start implementing like a tyrannical red flag law. This is all the things that come with it. It's not a simple little thing like they're proposing of, we're going to stop crimes from ever happening. Mass shooting will stop because we can prevent the thought of it. And we had these warnings before, but we did nothing with it. So now we need a law that makes it happen. What it's going to do is hurt you, the citizen. It's not going to stop mass shootings. You had laws and rules before, all of it. The Parkland shooting is a good example. Like 20 to 30 interactions with police, and yet nobody said anything. And you know what the police did at Parkland shooting? They sat there. That security guy, who was a cop, with all the police training, remember? Police have training. That's why they're allowed to carry guns, right? With all that training, sat there and froze. Froze in place. And in fact, not only sat there and froze, but prevented other cops from going in. So these are the people that are gonna come after you for your stuff. But these are also the people they're telling you that will defend you because that's what you need. You don't need guns, but the police will help you out. I'm not anti-police. In fact, my grandfather was a detective in the police department, and I respect it. I wanted to go into it. I think police, for the most part, are a well-respected, well-earned community, and they deserve your respect. And they also have to earn it. But I think at the same time, when we're forcing them or encouraging them to make decisions where you have to do a no-knock search, yeah, or you have to go to someone's house for red flag law violations, I think you're going to put yourself in a position where you don't want to be. I don't want to be in a position where I have to confiscate someone's guns because he had an angry post online, or he disagreed with a news article, or his coworker was upset. You didn't commit a crime. So I really want people to think about this. In the prepping community, maybe it's time to start thinking of alternative ways of shutting media down a little bit. Maybe, it'd be great if we could find a way that the prepping community could just have a conversation alone. You join this area, you're left alone. But who knows? So this is Raven Tactical signing out. Please hit the like, subscribe. I'm enjoying everybody's comments. Everybody seems to have a great conversation here. And I want you to have a great day. Thank you.